Hey, here's what I've been working on for the last few months. We haven't made the logo yet. Now, I don't really care for devlogs, which is why I never made any. But now that I've spent a few months putting all the code into this beast, I think it's at a point where I can start to show you what we've come up with. So sit back, grab yourself a snack, and enjoy this narrated playthrough of our game. Alright, so first thing you're going to notice is this is the lobby. This is where the player goes to whenever they're done playing matches. I'm opening the statistics menu right now. This shows you everything that you've done. So lobby is, it's a bar. The bartender is running a game to try to scam people out of money. You'll see me go up and talk to the shop. It's the card master. He is also addicted to Cardungeons and is selling cards to try and make his money back that he has lost playing against Mr. Murphy over here. This is the, I showed you the deck earlier if you were paying attention. This is the house deck. You can see every card and how it affects the dungeon when generating. I'm going to try to use the bathroom here. It's just growling at me. Okay, so I'm going to go interact with the bartender here. He's telling me not to go in the bathroom. This is the setup menu. You can take a look at what each card does, how it affects the dungeon. So the whole point of this game is that a dungeon is generated. These cards change how that dungeon is generated and how you interact with the dungeon. So the top cards are the house cards and the bottom cards are the player cards. You can see me flicking through all of them. So the next thing we're going to do is change what our bet is. You can see underneath each card it has a little multiplier and then that adds up. If you win the dungeon, you get whatever it is. You get to change one card of each. I decided to change one of them, that light one, because we don't really need it. So this world, it's kind of floating out in the middle of nowhere. You can see the storm clouds from earlier in the intro. See to the left, I've got a little mission called collect coins. If you're paying attention to the card in the lobby, I had the mission to collect coins. If I don't finish that off, I will lose. I think half of my money is what it said. I don't remember what the multiplier was, but when coding in the systems for everything, I wanted it to be kind of like the most bare bones dungeon crawling game you could possibly get, because the point isn't that the dungeon is necessarily interesting or that the combat is necessarily interesting. The point is that you make it interesting by how you use cards and how Mr. Murphy gives you the cards that he gives you. So you can get pretty interesting or crazy combos that affect how you play the game. So you see, I just got up to a fountain here that just heals me. I haven't lost health at this point, so it doesn't really do anything. That's the midpoint of the dungeon. So there's two predominant types of enemies in this part of the dungeon. The more times you win, the different enemies you get. For this one, for the first, I think it's 5 levels, you get 2 types. Bouncing enemies just kind of bounce back and forth, and enemies that walk towards you constantly. They've got really low health, easy to kill. You can tell that there's a lot of placeholder assets. Enemies are just shapes. The UI looks terrible. If you saw the money UI from earlier, does not look good. Made it in paint in like 30 seconds. All this stuff is going to be put in eventually. We're working towards that. Alright, so we've just come across the boss room. There are only 2 kinds of bosses in the game so far. It's just the simple walking towards you and bouncing off of things. So they've got phases, they got all that. Once again, I wanted to make it as simple as possible for the purpose of making the cards what's interesting. See, I'm shooting at him once he gets a little bit faster. You can see my health is really low down there at the bottom right. You can also see I didn't put this out. Over to the left, the collect coins is now golden because I collected enough. Breaking pots and killing enemies is what gives you those coins. Each coin is worth 1% of whatever your bet was. So they are actually worth something, not just for the mission. You collect more coins in the dungeon, you get more money when you leave. Here's the ending chest. You have to kind of hit it a couple times. Like, imagine coins spewing out of it right now. I'm just gonna pause it here. 75 is what we bet originally. We looted $54, 1.3 times multiplier, which is what the dungeon cards gave us. Out of that, we got $152. You can see to the right the mission Scroll of Greed, which was the coin mission. Completed it, so we got $11.25. But all right, so I've got a little bit of money now. So the first thing I do is I go and check out the shop. There's some cool new stuff in here, like the omelet pan. One of my favorite cards because it freezes enemies whenever you hit them, because it's that, honestly, I was thinking about what to add and I thought that would be funny. You'll find a lot of the card ideas are just because I thought it would be funny to add. So yeah, things like dungeon length, room size, how many enemies spawn, any stat with the enemy, any stat with the player, your size, enemy sizes, you know, how you swing your sword or shoot your gun. All of these things can be changed and are changed by card. I'm opening this menu here. This is the dungeon info menu. If you ever forget what cards you have and you're like, oh, I wonder what caused that, dungeon info menu's there. Yeah, so I'm speeding this up a little bit because it's not interesting. You don't want to see me doing all this again. Right here, I'm playing around with a certain feature where you shoot a gun and then slash at it really quickly. I kind of failed at it a couple times. It speeds up the bullet, I think like twice as fast. That was just, I found it fun whenever to just trick shot the bosses. See that the house has drawn a new card here. It is the exact same card that he already had. He already had Cramped, which just makes the room a little bit bigger. I'm opening a pack here. See, I put a lot of effort into the animation there when I probably shouldn't have this early into development. So I'm going over to the player deck. Now, I went into this earlier, but I didn't actually show it off. In here, this shows on your left is the actual deck, the stuff that's going to be put into the game, and on the right's your inventory. Click to, you know, transfer. The deck needs a minimum of 6 cards. I'll put all the cards in right now, though, because they're all pretty good. This is the completion menu. Cool thing about the completion menu is that you can see, you know, kind of fans out all the rarities of the cards. You can click on them to see, you know, what they are and what they do, what kind of card they are, what rarity is. So I'm gonna go back into the dungeon one more time. You can see this is the only thing I want to show you in this run is the Lights Out card and the Soul Lantern card kind of work together. This was actually the first idea we had for this game, was the dungeon getting dark and you getting a card that made yourself bright. This is something that I wanted to show real quick. This is just the console. Tilde opens it just like in any other game. There's a cheat menu, a secret cheat menu, that you have to input a series of letters into this menu when it's open. Nobody likes cheaters, so they all of the NPCs change their dialogue to make fun of you for cheating. See, the bartender is also really mad at you. So in the base game, if you don't cheat, if you win too many times in a row, he gets mad at you, and if you lose too many times in a row, he starts telling you to go home and get mommy's purse, because he's kind of a dick. So remember the growling door from earlier? We're just going up to it, and he is not happy. He is not happy at all with us.